So today I have a very powerful episode for you, explaining to you more in depth how you can start making 100k months, reclaim your role as a soul leader, and actually the number one question I started asking myself to really step it up, step my game up, and start calling in completely new clients to work with. So it's a very powerful episode. Enjoy.
You are the chosen one.
Okay, so how to reclaim your role as a soul leader making 100k months. So one download that I received over the last couple of months was the download of stop talking to the wrong people, stop talking to the wrong people. And that actually took me back to a situation that I encountered a couple of years ago when I launched one of my masterminds programs. This was a mastermind for 14K. And at that moment in time, I had numbers of women applying for that mastermind. And I had around like 8 spots or something. And I filled up, I think, 6 spots at that moment. And it was so interesting because I had numbers of women sign up, and at that point in my business, I already made major energetic tweaks because at the beginning of my business, I was just happy if anybody wanted to work with me, right? And of course, I became a little bit more picky. I became a little bit more, okay, let's see if people are an energetic match, yes or no. But I wasn't fully there yet that I could really, I wasn't really in my full leadership mode, because if I would have been in my full leadership mode, I would have said no to 3 out of the 6 women who applied for that mastermind, which I didn't. And at the end, I don't need to go into all the details, that costed me a lot of energy. It also taught me a lot of very interesting lessons about leadership, about energetic leaks, about scarcity, and my own role in that. So that was many years ago, and since then I have learned a lot, thank God. And I became more and more picky about who I wanted to work with. And especially when I decided to come out with my new business and to start working under the brand name Sophie Dipmar, I really made a very clear and decisive decision on not opening any money portals on my website. What do I mean with that? There is no option at my website to buy something from me immediately. You cannot add something in your basket and pay and then enter one of my portals. The reason why I chose to do that is because I have received that very clear download about being very selective in who I work with, and to also address the right kind of people, because they kept saying, stop talking to the wrong people, stop talking to the wrong people. And what I had learned and what I so let me take it one step back. When I started rebranding myself from Sophie's Choice to Sophie Dipmar, I really made a clear intention and statement about really tuning into what feels soul aligned to me. And having a shop available at my site has not felt aligned for a very long time. Actually, all of my high-end programs were never online to begin with. They were never able to be purchased online. It was always done through personal contact with me. So when I started rebranding myself and I made the decision to really make a beautiful online home for myself, I knew it had to be a sacred space, and I knew it had to be a space that I felt totally at ease with and totally aligned with. And it became very clear to me that a shop for my beautiful and sacred portals was not an option. So I decided to make an apply form, and the questions for the apply form were very, very clear to me, right? Because the reason why I have an apply form is because I want to energetically feel into your energy and understand and feel if you are an energetic match for me to work with. And the questions are designed in such a way that I'll know right away. So when they said, so sorry, let me go all the way back to the beginning of this episode. How to reclaim your role as a soul leader making 100K months. That starts with you, first and foremost, deciding on your own playing rules. So, do I even want a shop on my on my website if you have an online coaching business? Or, I mean, you might have a completely different business, but then you still get to decide your own playing rules. So that's a very, very big part of it. But secondly, and that's the major one, and that's really the one that I want to speak about today, is who do you choose to work with? Because as a soul leader, you get to decide. And I just had this beautiful conversation with one of my groups, the group that I mentor, around this topic, around making the soul decision yourself and choose the kind of souls you want to work with. So one of the things I started doing the last couple of months in my business is make very decisive decisions on who I want to continue to work with, and rather it really serves the higher good and the higher purpose to continue to work with people. So before, so skip back a couple of years ago, when somebody would want to work with me or want to say they did a mentorship program with me and they wanted to extend that, I would be like, yes, of course, let's do this, right? But now I really tune in a very deliberate way. And sometimes I even check with my current mentor, because sometimes it's hard to feel for yourself, because we also always have this little voice that literally says, like, if you have a client who's like saying, okay, I want to pay 14K, it takes a soul leader to say no to that, because the money, of course, is attractive. But as a soul leader, you know that the money on a short term is not worth all the energetic drain it will cost you to work with somebody that is not soul aligned. And that is what I notice now more and more in my energy, because I tend to not really attract in women that are not soul aligned. But sometimes I really get this clear download that it doesn't serve the higher purpose, and it doesn't serve that person to then step in the portal with me. So I really make sure that I always check that before I say yes to a working relationship. If it's for my mastermind, if it's for my deep dive, if it's for my chosen one portal, it doesn't matter. I want it to be an energetic fit for both me as the person I work with. And sometimes you apply for something because your ego feels like, oh my God, I need to be a part of this. Or sometimes you just feel scarcity and you're like, oh my God, I need this because otherwise I won't manage. If that's the case, I won't let you in, and that is always from the most loving place. But if it doesn't serve the higher purpose, if it comes from a lack kind of space, if it comes from the space I need you and I need you to save me, it's not going to happen, because my portals are very sacred portals, and it is for the soul leaders. It is for the women who understand the energetics, who understand that in order to make 100K months, we first need to energetically prep. You cannot, the whole reason why people who win the lottery tend to lose all the money in years following is because they are not energetically set up to handle that kind of money. So we first need to work on that. And that's what I do in my 100K prep mastermind. And if you prefer to do it one-on-one with me, you can apply for the 100K prep deep dive. But currently, I feel very, very, attached is not the right word, but aligned and really invested. That's the word I was looking for. I really feel invested around the 100K Prep Mastermind because there's something so potent and special around coming together with soul aligned leaders, coming together in a room. Just imagine, like, as leaders coming together in a room, what the fuck happens, right? So that's why I really wanted to start off with this beautiful lunch, because the energy that's gonna evolve there, that's gonna be, yeah, like an engine, right? It's like they're showing me this engine. There will this the launch will be the engine of the complete mastermind, and then after that, it's just gonna be like an amazing, crazy, unlocking experience where we just get to energetically prep you for those 100K months. And yeah, I'm just like so psyched for it. So I just emailed the location that I was presented this afternoon, and it's a very high end location at a beautiful location with water, because I always love water. And I actually hope this is gonna happen, because I have a good feeling around this. And if not, I will find something else, because I'm pretty sure the guides will send us exactly where we need to go. But yeah, I'm very curious to see if this is the location where we get to meet as soul leaders. So to answer the question, how to reclaim your role as a soul leader making 100K months, and I specifically say reclaim, and I'm not saying claim, because it is about reclaiming. It is about remembering that you have fulfilled leadership roles in the past as well, and you have had lives where you handled those 100K months. Believe me, you have. So it is all a matter of remembering, which is very interesting, because that is a whole different start point than claiming, right? Claiming sort of energetically sets up this energy of like, okay, I need to learn something, I need to gain something, I'm not there yet. But remembering and reclaiming takes you back. It's like, okay, I only need to like open up this window, and then I'll see the information and I know what to do. So it is so powerful. And yeah, yeah, it's it's deep. It's powerful and it's deep. I just did this energetic surgery with another group I'm currently hosting, and yeah, so powerful what happens in those moments. It's like things get shifted instantly, and that is, yeah, that's so powerful. But to answer the question, it all comes down to you making that decision for yourself. Who do you want to work with? And to be brutally honest with yourself if you feel a no. And even if that voice in your head says like, yeah, but okay, this person wants to pay me and I kind of like the money, or I want the money, or maybe you need the money. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck that voice. Doesn't matter. Fuck that voice. That voice is not to be trusted. Your intuition is always to be trusted. So even if somebody is willing to pay you 10K or 14K or even 40K to work with you, if you feel a sacral no, trust that feeling, because it will make you so much more than that 10, 14 or 40K in the long run. So maybe somebody is willing to pay you that now, but if you say no, what if saying no to that one particular client is your ticket to the 100K? What if saying no to that one client that wants to pay you that 10, 15, 40K is your ticket to the 100K? That's a very interesting question to consider. And that takes you reclaiming your roles as soul leader. It takes you trusting yourself and, yeah, understanding that you have the vision, you decide, and you get your downloads for a reason. So fucking trust them. Fucking trust them. And also trust that whenever you feel like a sacral yes to any investment, and then that other voice comes up like, oh yeah, but maybe you shouldn't, because you have this and this coming up, and you have this and this coming up, and blah, 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 blah. Say fuck it. I'm in charge. I'm the leader. I get to decide my own reality. I am the sole leader of my company. I am the leader making 100K months. And this is a decision I make for myself, for my business, because this is what my business requires. This is what my soul requires. That's the question. What does your soul require? What does your business require? And trust that. So, if you're ready to trust whatever comes down for you, then just state it out loud and say, okay, yes, I am now going to do that. I'm going to be that soul leader making that 100K months. And I'm going to say fuck it to that annoying little voice that prevents me from my 100K months, because the 100K months are already there. It's not a matter of gaining it. It's not a matter of getting there. It's really a matter of just start listening to your intuition and trusting it, and trusting the pristine downloads that you receive, because you receive them for a reason. And believe me, there's so much more. There's so much, your intuition is so much stronger than you now think. It's just the beginning, what you have experienced so far. So, trust it. Say no to the annoying voice. Say fuck it to the annoying voice. And yeah, decide on who you want to work with. It's your decision, your life. You're the chosen one. And you are the soul leader making 100K months. We'll talk soon. So imagine this, you, me, and 5 other amazing soul leaders at a beautiful high-end location, surrounding ourselves with beautiful richness, beautiful food, beautiful energy, beautiful surroundings and conversations, really setting you up to make those 100K months. This is for the beautiful soul leaders who are ready to scale their business, who are ready to leave the beautiful platform you have been on behind and move on to the next beautiful level that is awaiting for you. This is your time.